Hey everybody, welcome back to Drew's Collector's Edge. I just picked up a knife that I just purchased and I wanted to go over it with you for a few reasons. One, to show you the knife, and the next is to maybe get some information from people out there that know a little bit more about these knives than I do. Um, and let's take a look at it now. So this is a pre-1946 number 33 Easy Open Jack by Camillus. Okay, we got a nice peach seed jig bone, brass pins, brass liners, nickel silver bolsters, your bail, and we got the easy open cutout. You get yourself a nice little spear pen blade on it, and your spear main blade. Long pull. And this is a 4-line tang stamp for Camillus. I'm going to have to zoom in, so just bear with me for a second. Actually, let's do it this way. So you've got Camillus Cutlery Co. And then the bottom you can make out the USA. So that's a pre-1946 tang stamp. Let me back off on this now. So obviously what I liked about this knife is it does have some pretty full blades, and the handles are in great shape. We'll get a close up here. It's got great snap to it on both blades. Just a really good pocket knife for the age. Now, I think the misconception was when this was advertised as a World War II paratroopers knife. And I'm going to tell you why I don't think it is. Why I think it's actually between the 1920s and 1930s. Which actually I think makes it a little bit more rare. But so the official U.S. Army knives were generally the Camillus MC1, and that was a switchblade with a shroud cutter. And the early WW2 utility jacks were typically 4-blade. Many of the contract knives were marked USA on a shield or USA on the blades. Okay. The other thing is that when you take a look at this peach seed jig bone, it's real decorative. I mean, the colors are real nice. You've got those deep ambers and browns, and these are the patterns that were really used by Camillus during the 1920s and 30s, and it's very similar to like the Schrade and the Ulster patterns back in the 20s and 30s. If this was a wartime knife made in the 40s for that purpose, it would have been coarser, straighter patterns, kind of hastily made because they were making mass production. Your colors would have been more uniform. They wouldn't really be the way they are right here as far as going from light to dark. And I think this is more of the civilian pattern, where more time was taken to make the knife, a real nice looking knife, as opposed to being made for mass production during wartime. Now, that's not to say that the GIs back then didn't bring their civilian knives to war with them. They did, and that's a possibility. I just don't think this knife was produced during the World War II time period. And I actually think it's pre-1940. But I'd like to hear from you if anybody who has some expertise on Camillus knives. Please make a comment down below. But either way, whether it's 1940s, 1930s, 1920s, it's a great knife. Like I said, it's got a great half stop, Great pull to it, great lockup, great snap on both blades. Blades are shined up a little bit, but the carbon's still there. There's still the pitting there, and it just goes along with the whole package. Great little knife. Measures 3 3/8 perfectly, which is another reason why I think it was a civilian knife. I think the other knives had different dimensions during World War II, but I could be mistaken on some of that. So anyway, there you go. I'm going to call it a pre-1946 Camillus 33 pattern easy open jack. Everybody take care, have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video.